Hello, everybody. My name is Elizabeth Justice, and this is my capstone project on the Phase 3 riverfront revitalization in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So this project stemmed from the first two phases that were previously built and/or are being built currently. And so this project wants to work with the compensatory storage, the naturalized community park, and building some guidelines for stormwater for the development that will be coming most likely north of the site. Fort Wayne has an extensive flooding history, starting all the way in 1774 when this city was founded by General Anthony Wayne, all the way until today. The biggest floods were mostly the flood of 1913 and the flood of 1982. Those were pretty important in the flood history of Fort Wayne, and after each of those, significant strides have been taken, including building multiple dams, building the levees, and just all over working on flood mitigation in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So compensatory storage, I mentioned that a minute ago. It's basically where the river can rise and the floodwaters sit in this basin where they can percolate back into the earth, into the water table. I did look at Wailu Wetland Park in China as some inspiration for a stormwater park. To get started on the design, I needed to look at the community, specifically the 15-minute walking perimeter, see what there was around this site. And that includes a lot of churches, a lot of schools, government buildings. So that led me to determine that I need to design for a big community. And then going into the specific site features, I looked at different natural features such as vegetation, soil, floodplain, topography to see where would compensatory storage best look. I discovered the two locations that would be best, and then per the client request, I did include a third one that you see on that floodplain analysis, and then what those would look like, whether it's the planted terraces, whether it's the lowland, or whether it is the rocky ephemeral creek beds. So then I took that and then I moved that into a programmatic plan with some goals and some measurable objectives. And to just kind of like show those visually, I found a bunch of precedent images that shows exactly what I'm thinking for this site, what this site wants to feel like. So I split it into the 3 goals and then the 3 measurable objectives. And then from each of those, I wanted to give 3 specific design interventions that I would like to implement. Per the client's request, I went into 3 design concepts, 1 curvilinear, 1 geometric, 1 a combination of the both. I wanted to give a very wide array, and we ended up taking a couple of pieces of each. So that goes into my master plan. My master plan ended up having 3 compensatory storage areas, which I'll talk about in a minute. And then other than that, it's just a naturalized community park with some recreation opportunities, some community pavilions, and just a lot of stormwater opportunities. And so the first storage area is the terraced wetland. It's pretty drastic a change with moving that levee back, and we added in this treetop canopy walk. It is all accessible, so you can climb on those terraces and get down and really get to learn about compensatory storage and about the land. Next is the floodable wetlands. These are kind of like a mosaic of grassy mounds in the earth. And these lead to the pedestrian tower, which is to overlook the skyline and the community, as well as the park and our beautiful St. Mary's River. And then the last compensatory storage solution is the lowland solution. And this is your typical wetland that you might see. That water detains in there. It floods over the River Greenway, which is on the southern portion of the image, and that connects throughout all of Fort Wayne. I had a bit of a planting palette that I came up with the ornamental, wetland, riparian, and tree zones. These are all native Indiana plants that I wanted to use. And then last, I came up with a couple of guidelines for surrounding development, just for some green infrastructure and stormwater, just so that we can keep the park as well as the rivers clean. Thank you.